At the beginning of the drama, we are shown our male lead of the drama, whose name is Jimin, who was walking on the road listening to music from his mobile because Jimin likes music very much. Then, we see a girl who was looking at Jimin for a long time. But now before she could come near Jimin, a lady comes running there and slaps that girl hard, whom Jimin also sees doing this but does not understand anything. Well, the name of this girl is Dae-hee, who is the female lead of our drama, and the one who slapped Dae-hee is Dae-hee's mom. But now, why did she do this in front of everyone? We will know from the flashback. After which, this story is shown to us from the morning of the day of this slap, where we see that Dae-hee's mom is very strict, who tells her to focus only on studies, and clearly forbids her from making friends and going to clubs, etc., and says, "Your class will be over at 6 o'clock, so I will come to pick you up at 6 o'clock. But Dae-hee does not answer anything because she wants a free life. Well, Dae-hee's mom drops Dae-hee to the university and leaves. After which, we are shown Jimin in the class, whose entire focus was only on his music because he wants to make his career in the music line. So, suddenly remembering some work related to music, Jimin gets up in the middle of the class and leaves. After that, Dae-hee enters the class and starts attending the class. Then, the teacher asks all the students to prepare the assignment by teaming up with each other. But now, since Dae-hee does not have any friends, she sits alone and thinks about with whom she should team up. Then, the second main character of our drama enters, whose name is Kai, who is also Dae-hee's middle school friend and is also very famous in college. Because Kai is brilliant in everything, that's why all the girls are crazy about him. But from the beginning, he secretly likes Dae-hee. And now, because he knows that Dae-hee has no friends in university, so, as usual, Kai teams up with Dae-hee today too. On the other hand, we see Jimin, who was working on his music after skipping the class, but even after trying a lot, he is not able to make the soft tune that he wants. On the other hand, as soon as Dae-hee's class is over, she gets a message from her mom, who is asking her whether the class is over so that she can come and pick her up. A senior student was reading all these messages from behind the curtain, and then laughingly says, "Are you a small girl that your mom comes to pick you up every day like a small child? If you say, then I can also drop you to your house." All this talk of which Kai also hears. So he comes to Dae-hee and asks her to come. Hearing this, Dae-hee goes with Kai. Then, seeing them both going, the senior scolds her and says, "How can every girl be a friend of Kai?" After which, we see that when Kai and Dae-hee were coming out of the class, a person stops Dae-hee and asks her to talk to him. Actually, this is Dae-hee's new tuition teacher, who has been sent by Dae-hee's mom, who starts giving advice to Dae-hee to study grades. Although Dae-hee is one of the top students of the college, but even then, Dae-hee's mom does not let her live peacefully. Disturbed by these things, Dae-hee starts pressing her bracelet loudly. Seeing her doing so, he stops her, and then he takes Dae-hee outside with him, where he asks Dae-hee to go to the college party. But before Dae-hee could say anything, Dae-hee starts getting a lot of messages from her mom, because she is waiting for her outside the college. Now, being upset from these things, Dae-hee agrees to go to the party with Kai so that she can feel a little relaxed and see how other people live their lives. After this, in the next scene, we are shown that Jimin, who was in his studio, gets a call from his friend who asks Jimin to come to the college party. At first, Jimin does not agree, but on his friend's insistence, he agrees to come to the party. Dae-hee also comes to the party with Kai, but she was very scared because this is the first time that Dae-hee has come out of the house without telling her mother. That too at night. Seeing her upset, Kai asks her if she is okay. She says yes, but a girl named Minnie does not like seeing these two talking like this because she also likes Kai, like all other girls. Then, some of Kai's friends call him to drink with them, so Kai goes to them. As soon as he leaves, all the girls start talking about Dae-hee, whether Kai and this girl are dating, because Kai cares a lot about her. But Dae-hee was only worried about her mom because she was constantly getting a lot of messages from her mom. Then, a girl asks Dae-hee whether she is Kai's girlfriend, to which Dae-hee clearly denies, but Minnie was looking at her angrily. Then, the same senior comes and sits there, who was harassing Dae-hee in the class. And then he starts harassing Dae-hee here also, due to which Dae-hee gets upset and starts leaving from there. But that senior does not let her go and holds her hand. Dae-hee tells that senior not to do this and let her go. But when that senior does not let go of her hand, Dae-hee pulls her hand back very forcefully, due to which the bottle kept there breaks. Then, everyone starts looking at Dae-hee very carefully, as if she has created a very big scene. Then, she gets nervous. And then, being disturbed by all these things, she leaves from there. After which, Kai has to clean the broken bottle, and then, when Dae-hee comes out, she sees that there are many missed calls from her mother on her mobile. Seeing which, poor Dae-hee starts getting even more scared, and is about to go back home when her eyes fall on Jimin, who was going somewhere on the road in front. Seeing which, Dae-hee is about to go near Jimin. Then Daehee's mother comes from behind and catches Daehee's hand and then directly slaps Daehee hard, saying, "How dare you come here without telling me?" Jimin also sees her doing this but is unable to understand anything, and even on the road, everyone starts looking at Daehee, due to which Daehee starts crying very badly. While crying, she looks at Jimin because she had been insulted very badly in front of everyone. Seeing Daehee crying, Jimin remembers a flashback where he sees that when he was in middle school, he saw this same girl, Daehee, crying loudly while sitting in the class, hiding from everyone, because she got low marks in the test. Jimin did not like seeing her crying at that time. It means that Jimin and Daehee were in the same school. Then, the story comes to the present, where Jimin saw Daehee crying even after so many years. It means Jimin always sees Daehee crying. Then, Daehee's mom pulls Daehee and takes her in the car. Seeing this, Jimin feels very bad for Daehee. Next morning, Daehee gets ready for the university and looks at herself in the mirror because she still had not forgotten her mom's slap. And then, when she comes out of the room, her mom again starts scolding her for last night. Now, she gathers courage for the first time and says, "You leave me alone. I am not a small girl whom you follow everywhere. That means I am 20 years old now and want to live my life on my own. You don't have to come and pick me up from the university, and there is no need to drop me." Daehee's mom was shocked to hear all this. In the next scene, we see Jimin, who as soon as he comes to his apartment, sees his mom there, whom he does not like at all. Jimin hates his mom, so he asks her to leave his apartment immediately, but she does not leave. Rather, like a good mom, she starts asking Jimin, "Your birthday is coming, so tell me what you want." After which, Jimin himself leaves his apartment. Well, Jimin also has a father who bears all the expenses of Jimin, but Jimin was used to living alone from the beginning, so he separated from his family after school. Then, Jimin gets a message from his mom, which tells, "I have left your apartment, so you come back." Seeing this, Jimin was going back. Then he again saw Daehee, who was sitting with Kai and doing her assignment work. Here, Jimin starts feeling that that boy is Daehee's boyfriend, so Jimin leaves angrily. On the other hand, Kai was staring at Daehee non-stop because he really likes Daehee a lot but never confesses his feelings to her. Daehee asks, "What happened? Why are you staring at me?" To which he replies, "It was just like that." And then he again starts doing his work with Daehee. The next day, we are shown two friends of Jimin, one of whom is named Bongju, who had red hair, and the other is Kang. Both these friends are buying a gift for Jimin, because the gift they bought for Jimin was very expensive. Both of them have to pay in half. On the other hand, in university, we are shown that everyone is preparing for the evening festival. When Kai saw Daehee coming, he immediately ran to Daehee. Daehee asks him, "Why did you come here?" He says, "I have come here to see you because I will not be able to see you in the evening, and whenever I do not see you, my whole day becomes boring." Hearing this, Daehee asks Kai to stop joking, and then asks, "How are you so sure that I will not come to the festival in the evening?" On this, Kai says, "Because you have never attended the day festival, how can you come to the evening festival?" And then starts telling that in the evening, he has to do this and that. He has to set all the chairs. Hearing this, Daehee stops right there, because she also wants to attend university festivals, but her mother never gives her permission for these things. Kai asks Daehee what happened. Hearing this, Daehee directly leaves from there, saying bye to him. Then when she comes to the class, there also everyone was talking about the festival because everyone is very excited for the festival. So, after the class is over, Daehee asks Minnie if she will also go to the festival, to which she says, "Obviously, but why are you not coming?" Hearing this, Daehee asks if it will not look strange if she comes, to which Minnie says no and says, "It is your wish. If you want to come, then you can come." Hearing this, Daehee starts saying in her mind that she also wants to live like a normal student, but why is it so difficult for her to do so? And then she starts looking at her mobile, in which a lot of messages were coming to Daehee from her mom. In the next scene, Kai is getting help from one of his friends, who was very impressed with him. From behind, Senior Jin, seeing both of them together, says, "What is the magnet in this Kai that all the girls stick to him?" And then he himself comes to that girl and asks her to help her, but that girl clearly refuses to take help from Senior Jin and leaves from there with Kai. Everyone was doing their work when Senior Jin receives a student list, in which Daehee's name was also there. Kai gets alert after hearing Daehee's name, and Jin says that if Daehee comes to the festival, then the job of waitress will suit her more. So he writes Daehee's name in the waitress list. But now, because Kai had also heard all this, he comes to Jin and asks for the list. And then he goes aside and removes Daehee's name from the list. Because even if Daehee is not coming to the festival, Kai cannot see Daehee's name in the waitress list because he knows very well that in festivals, boys flirt with waitresses and also misbehave. In the next scene, we see Jimin, whose friends come to meet him and start forcing him to take him with them to the festival. But Jimin does not go because he does not like partying with friends or attending festivals. Here, Kang and Bongju see that there is a lot of food on the table, which Jimin's mother had prepared that day, but Jimin did not even touch that food. Then, Bongju eats it, and then makes a very dirty scene. Bongju starts making faces because the food had rotted. Kang holds his mouth and says, "Don't throw it here." But Bongju throws the food away by mistake and then starts drinking water quickly. Kang asks Jimin, "Since when has all this been kept here?" To which Jimin replies, "It has been there for 5 days." Bongju comes to Jimin and says, "Look, I have eaten your food by mistake, so please come with us to the festival now. Don't you love us?" Hearing this, Jimin doesn't say anything. In the next scene, we are shown that the festival has started, where everyone is enjoying a lot and clicking a lot of photos with Kai because Kai is very famous in the college. So, everyone pays full attention to Kai. Senior Jin, who was watching all this sitting behind, says, "At least there is some benefit of his beauty, that because of Kai, a lot of girls are coming to our stall." Then, Senior Jin notices that Dae-hee is not seen in the festival. So he calls a boy and asks him, "Where is Dae-hee?" And the boy asks, "What do you mean?" On which Jin says, "I had kept the name of Dae-hee in the waitress list so that she can serve drinks to me and my friends." Then the boy tells, "But Dae-hee's name is not in the waitress list." So, on hearing this, Jin gets angry. So he comes to Dae-hee's classmates and asks them about Dae-hee. Where is she? And who removed her name from the list? Now, seeing him angry, no one can say anything. And on top of that, Kai also comes there. Seeing whom, Senior says, "You must have removed Dae-hee's name from the waitress list." Then, Minnie says, "Dae-hee has come." Then, on hearing this, everyone starts looking at Dae-hee, who is coming to the festival with full confidence, saying to herself, "From today, I will also start my work like normal people." Now Jimin also sees her coming, who was sitting there, and Kai is surprised to see Dae-hee. Well, Dae-hee has once again come out at night without telling her mom. Here, Kai is surprised to see her because he knows very well that Dae-hee's mom never gives her permission about these things. Just then, Dae-hee's classmate says, "Dae-hee, but your name is not in the list." Hearing which, Dae-hee was surprised, and then she takes Kai alone and asks him the reason why he removed her name from the list. To which Kai says, "I thought that you will not be able to come to the festival today as usual. And does your mom know that you are here?" To which Dae-hee tells Kai to mind his own business and leaves from there because she does not like anyone to spoil her work at all. But poor Kai did all this only for Dae-hee's good. Well, Dae-hee comes to her classmates and starts helping them, where at first she does not understand what to do, but then she starts collecting all the bottles and keeping them aside. Here, she gets so busy in work that she does not even see her mother's calls. On the other hand, Bongju calls Minnie and asks her if she can also prepare a cake in her style because he has to celebrate his friend's birthday, on which Minnie also agrees. But when she brings the cake, it was just a cake in name, means it was very strange. Seeing which, Bongju's mood gets spoiled, but he still starts wishing Jimin a happy birthday loudly so that he can celebrate his birthday properly. All the people sitting around also start wishing Jimin a happy birthday. Seeing this, Jimin gets very happy. Then, Bongju takes out a lot of drink and asks Jimin to drink it. Kang also says that this is too much, but Bongju does not agree and starts forcing Jimin that today is his birthday, so he has to drink this. And then all the people sitting around also start forcing him to drink the drink. But when Jimin gets a call from his dad, seeing this, he gets up from there and leaves. Minnie tells Bongju that now you have to drink this drink because now everyone's mood will be spoiled. Hearing this, Bongju has to drink in place of Jimin unwillingly. And after drinking this, Bongju becomes very ill. On the other hand, Jimin's dad wishes Jimin a happy birthday and tells him, "Today is your birthday, so you can take as much money as you want." But when Jimin tells him that a few days ago, his mom came to his apartment, hearing this, Jimin's dad gets very angry and says, "This woman has no shame at all, who is after us even after divorce. If she comes to your apartment again, then tell me." Jimin agrees to this. On the other hand, Kang was talking to Minnie, but as soon as Kai came there, Kang was very surprised to see him and asked Kai in surprise, "Are you here? Do you remember that we were in the same basketball team?" Seeing this, Kai was surprised, but then he says, "No, both of them had a small meeting." Seeing the conversation, Bongju was laughing a lot. "How did you start telling about yourself to that boy by saying that, 'Do you know me? We both were in the same basketball team?'" And then laughingly says, "While he does not even know you." Seeing such acting, Minnie was also laughing. Kang laughingly says, "No, that is not the case. I felt as if he is my old friend." On the other hand, a student who is coming out of the office so that he can go to the festival and enjoy it. But due to the continuous ringing of the phone kept in the office, he has to go inside again. On the other hand, when Dae-hee checks her mobile after completing all the work, she is shocked to see it because Dae-hee's mother had made a lot of calls to Dae-hee. Then, when Dae-hee comes out, a student stops her who is Dae-hee's senior and asks, "Is your name Dae-hee?" To which Dae-hee tells, yes. So hearing this, the senior starts shouting at Daehee, "Are you a little girl that your mom disturbed me by calling me in the office? Due to which I had to come here myself searching for you?" Everyone hears him shouting like this and then starts looking at Daehee. Kai also comes there, and then the senior shows his mobile and tells, "Look, even now your mom is calling me like crazy." On this, Daehee says, "Don't answer her calls," and then leaves from there. Seeing this attitude, the senior gets even more angry, but Kai makes him quiet. Daehee comes out and gets very angry at her mom. "What was the need for you to call in the office when I had told you by message that I will be late today?" Hearing this, Daehee's mom starts shouting a lot at Daehee and forbids her from crossing the line by saying, "You are not like those people, so stay away from them. They are all spoiled and I don't know. I am coming to pick you up." And then she cuts the call. Hearing all this, Daehee starts crying even more and kicks a can in anger, which directly hits Jimin. Then, both of them start looking at each other with surprise, and then sit together and talk. Daehee asks, "If you are also in the same college?" To which he replies, "Yes," and asks, "If you know my name?" To which Daehee says, "Yes," and asks Jimin, "And you?" To which Jimin also says, "Yes," and says, "Your name is Daehee. You were the top student of the school, so everyone knew your name." Daehee again starts getting calls from her mother, to which Daehee does not answer, but starts getting very upset. So, Jimin takes Daehee's mobile and switches it off and says, "You are still the same as before, whereas you should do what you feel is right. There may be problems in the first time, but then everything will be fine later." Then, Daehee starts looking at Jimin very carefully and says, "Can I do what is coming in my mind right now?" Then Jimin says, "Yes, of course." Then, Daehee directly comes to Jimin and kisses him. Before doing this, Jimin was very surprised, but then later he also starts kissing Daehee, because there was an attraction between these two from the beginning, and this is the first kiss of both of them. But then, we see that Kai, who is standing behind, also sees them kissing, and then feels very jealous and sad, and remembers a flashback when Daehee was about to commit suicide by running on the rooftop during school time. But then Kai comes there and stops Daehee, and looks at her very worried. Then, both of them sit together and talk, where Kai says in his mind, "This was the first time when I have protected someone." This means that Kai is an old friend of Daehee, who understands her very well. The story now comes to the present, where Kai leaves from there after seeing these two. Daehee immediately stands up and says, "Now I should leave," but Jimin does not let her go. He stops Daehee and asks for her number, and then comes back home and starts thinking about it, where we see that Jimin is very happy to meet Daehee. Then, as soon as the ringtone of his mobile starts, he starts thinking that this is Daehee's call, but that call is of his friend. Well, next we see that Jimin is doing his work, and his friends are talking about someone saying, "Did you guys hear that 2 people from our campus kissed each other?" Hearing this, he immediately bangs his laptop because he thinks that they are all talking about Daehee. Then, when they all ask him if he knows anything about this, he starts leaving from there saying, "Sorry, I don't have the habit of talking bad about others." And then he shuts their mouths and leaves from there. In the next scene, we see Daehee, who is applying lipstick, then remembering last night's scene, she drops her lipstick. Her mother asks her, "What happened?" She says, "Nothing." Then Daehee's mother says, "Whatever happened between us last night, I hope you will remember it. But if you do something again, then I will lock you in the room." And then she leaves from there. Hearing whose words, Daehee was upset. On the other side, we see Jimin, who was thinking about Daehee, when he gets a call from an unknown number. Jimin starts thinking that it is definitely Daehee, but as soon as he picks up the call, it is Bongju. And there we see Daehee, who was walking with Kai. Seeing Daehee, Kai asks her, "What are you thinking?" To which she says, "Nothing," and then tells, "From now on, we both will complete the assignment after class because my mom has given me permission to come back home at 9. Hearing this, he starts feeling happy for Daehee and says, "I am happy for you." On the other side, Bongju is disturbing Jimin's mind on the call by telling him that a very big scene has been created with me, in which I also lost my mobile. Jimin was listening to Bongju's words when his eyes fell on Daehee. Kai was going while talking to Daehee, so Jimin does not like this at all, and he leaves from there in anger. In the next scene, on the orders of his seniors, Kai checks the CCTV camera footage, in which he sees the 2 persons who kissed yesterday. It means till now, everyone in the college was talking about the kiss of these 2. Then, when Kai bends down to pick up something, Bongju also comes there, who was sneaking in the office, where he is shocked to see Kai in front of him. Both of them sit together and talk, from which we come to know that the boy in the CCTV camera is none other than Bongju, who had come here to find his lost mobile. Then, the story now goes into flashback, where we are shown that when Bongju was going to the washroom, he is shocked to see Minnie in front of him, because Minnie was very drunk, so she starts doing crazy things. Then, she forcefully catches hold of Bongju and kisses him. Then, she pulls him inside the office and was about to kiss him again, but Bongju tells her, "I have a girlfriend, so please leave me for God's sake." Hearing this, she throws him aside and then starts throwing all the things kept in the office here and there. Seeing all these scary acts, Poor Bongju got very scared at that time, but when he hears the sound of the security guard coming, he takes drunk Minnie with him and leaves from there. At present, Kai was laughing after listening to their story when he sees that a lot of messages are continuously coming in the group chat because now everyone is talking about some other two students who also kissed yesterday, and their kissing photos have also gone viral. Seeing this, he starts leaving from there, and before leaving, he gives Bongju's mobile to him. On the other side, we see Dae-hee, who was in the class. Then, Minnie comes to her and asks, if I can also prepare the assignment with you and Kai because my partner dropped the class, to which Dae-hee agrees. Well, Minnie is doing this because she has to stay with Kai at any cost. Then, the notifications of everyone's mobile come, and everyone starts looking at Dae-hee together. Then, when Dae-hee looks at her mobile, she is very shocked to see it, because the kiss photos of Jimin and Dae-hee have gone viral in the whole college. But in these photos, only Dae-hee's face is visible, not Jimin's. So seeing this, Dae-hee gets very upset and then leaves the class. On the other hand, we are shown that these photos have been posted by none other than Senior Jin, and he was getting happy seeing them. Then, Kai comes there and asks Jin to delete all those photos. Seeing the flashback, we come to know that last night, Senior Jin was also there when Dae-hee and Jimin were kissing, so he clicked the photos of both of them, and Kai also saw him doing this. In the present, Jin clearly refuses to delete the photos and, before that, comes close to him and says, I thought Dae-hee will kiss you because you keep following her every day, but unfortunately, yesterday she kissed someone else except you. Hearing this, Kai gets very angry and abuses Senior Jin. Then, Jin comes back and asks, what did you say just now? Hearing this, Kai says, you cannot harm me even if you want to, and then Kai punches him very hard. Then, a fight starts between these two, which is stopped by other students. Here, Kai pretends to be innocent and says, he punched me first. Hearing this, everyone believes Kai and not Jin, due to which Jin goes out of control. It seems that two students are dragging him along with them. Here, Dae-hee also sees them going, and then she comes running downstairs and sees that Kai fought with Senior Jin for her sake. And there, Kai, looking at Dae-hee, says, I can do anything for Dae-hee, because she is only mine. The scene now shifts to the class, where when Dae-hee looks at Kai, he has kept his head down because he is still very upset about Dae-hee's kissing scene. Dae-hee also does not like seeing him upset, so after the class is over, Dae-hee comes to Kai and starts saying sorry to him for yesterday's photos, on which Kai asks, why are you saying sorry to me? You are not the girl in the photo. Hearing this, Dae-hee is surprised that why is he not accepting the truth. Then, Minnie also comes there and asks them both about the assignment together, but Kai, seeing Minnie, refuses to go, saying, I am not feeling well today. We will work together from tomorrow, and then he leaves from there. In the next scene, we are shown that Minnie and Dae-hee are in the restaurant, where Minnie asks Dae-hee, who was that boy in the photo with you? Then, before Dae-hee can say anything, she sees Jimin leaving. Seeing this, Dae-hee also runs out of the restaurant and calls Jimin, whose number Jimin picked up, but Dae-hee does not say anything. Then, as soon as Jimin turns, he finally sees Dae-hee in front of him. Both of them start looking at each other very carefully. Here, we are shown Jimin and Dae-hee's school time, where he sees Dae-hee coming from the front. So, then he wanted to talk to Dae-hee, but he could not do so because of Bongju, who used to trouble Jimin for small things since school time, due to which Dae-hee changes her way as usual. In the present, we see that Dae-hee secretly comes to her house and then directly goes inside her room, where Jimin is continuously messaging her, asking, where are you? Did you reach home safely or not? To which Dae-hee happily replies. It means that now Dae-hee and Jimin are finally talking to each other without any hesitation. On the other hand, Jimin also comes back to his apartment and is busy talking to Dae-hee, which his friends start looking at with surprise because he was not like this before. Then, when Jimin sits with his friends, he sees Bongju's face. After listening to the conversation, he comes to know that Bongju is very upset because his girlfriend is ignoring him. So Bongju starts eating a lot of snacks in tension. Next, we are shown that Dae-hee is coming to college when a girl bumps into her, and then she, along with her friend, starts talking about Dae-hee. This is the same girl whose kiss post Kai had supported in getting deleted. And then she starts saying, poor Kai likes a girl like this who lives with someone else and kisses someone else. When Dae-hee looks back angrily, those girls leave from there. Then, Kai comes there and asks, what happened? But Dae-hee does not tell him anything. Instead, she starts asking about his health, on which he says, yes, now I am better than before. Then, both come to the class and start doing their work, where another student asks them, why do you both always do every project together? Isn't it boring to do this? On which Kai says, no, not at all. And then Kai starts working with Dae-hee. While looking at Kai, Dae-hee says to herself, Kai is a very special friend of mine who took my side from the beginning. And then she remembers the day when Kai and Dae-hee were both in school. We are shown that Kai had teamed up with Dae-hee for a presentation. But when the teacher asks Dae-hee to give a presentation, she starts getting nervous because Dae-hee does not have the courage to speak or say anything in front of anyone. Kai looks at Dae-hee in surprise, and then, seeing her trembling hands, he understands that Dae-hee is nervous. So, Kai starts giving a presentation to the teacher instead of Dae-hee, and here, Dae-hee was impressed at that time and started considering him as her true friend. Then one day, to lighten her mind, she tells Kai everything about how her mother tortures her. Hearing this, Dae-hee gets courage that now she does not need to be afraid anymore, because now she has a good friend. In the next scene, we see Dae-hee at her mother's workplace, where she has come to give some documents to her mother. But when she comes inside, she sees that a lady is shouting at her mother a lot, because her child has scored low marks in the test, as Dae-hee's mother is a tuition teacher. That lady says, "A single mother like you can never understand how much we parents worry about our children's marks," to which Dae-hee's mother is just saying, "Sorry." In a way, we are shown here that Dae-hee's mother is strict with Dae-hee, because in society, a lot of fingers are pointed at single mothers. Then, Dae-hee comes inside and starts staring at that lady angrily. Then, Dae-hee's mother immediately takes her away from there. Dae-hee comes out and asks, "Why did you not give any answer to that lady?" On this, Dae-hee's mother calms Dae-hee down and takes her back home. In the next scene, Jimin is getting upset, thinking, why Dae-hee is not replying? That's why he throws his mobile on the table in anger. Kang and Bongju were shocked to see his behavior, so Kang asks Bongju in gestures, "What happened to him?" To which Bongju replies, "Maybe he hates me." Meanwhile, Kang picks up Jimin's mobile and reads Dae-hee and Jimin's chat in it, and spits water from his mouth and then starts laughing very badly. Jimin tries to take his mobile back from Kang, but he doesn't give it to him, and poor Bongju doesn't understand what's going on, so he starts getting upset. Just then, Minnie comes there to give the interview, but when the three don't listen to her, she screams very loudly, hearing which the three stop. But then Bongju starts hiding his face from Minnie, and then goes ahead as soon as he gets the chance. In the next scene, Minnie gives her interview to Kang, saying she wants to work as a waitress in this bar. Seeing whose resume, Kang says, "It's okay, but the boss here will give you the final reply." Then, Bongju starts laughing at Minnie, saying, "A girl who gets very drunk after drinking a few drinks needs a job in a bar," which Minnie starts looking at angrily, so he leaves from there, and then again starts waiting for his girlfriend's reply. Then when he got a call from his girlfriend, seeing this, there was no limit of his happiness, so he happily leaves from there. Seeing this, Jimin thinks, her reply also came, but when will mine come? In the next scene, we are shown Kai, who is in a meeting with seniors. Then, there he is asked, "Who will participate in the badminton competition from our department?" Then, Kai raises his hand for this and says, "I will participate with Dae-hee." The girls were surprised to hear this because they had to participate with Kai. Well, here he takes Dae-hee's name so that he can participate with Dae-hee on the pretext of practice and do a good job with Dae-hee so that they can spend time together. On the other hand, Kang, who was interviewing Minnie, has to leave for some work. Then, Minnie, after looking at Jimin carefully, asks him, "Do you know Dae-hee?" Because Minnie had seen Dae-hee going to Jimin from the restaurant that day. On hearing this, when Jimin says yes, then Minnie says, "Oh, then you must also know about the relationship between the popular boy of the college, Kai, and Dae-hee." On hearing this, Jimin surprisingly asks, "Who is Kai?" On hearing this, Minnie starts laughing and says, "We both can work together." Jimin asks, "Why?" Then she says, "Just like you like Dae-hee, I like Kai too." On hearing this, Jimin doesn't say anything. On the other hand, Bongju runs away to meet his girlfriend, but his girlfriend breaks up with him. Bongju surprisingly asks, "But why? Do you not like my clothes or my face?" On this, she says, "I don't like you at all because you irritate me a lot." And then she shouts at him very badly and leaves from there, so that he does not follow her like always. In the next scene, we see Dae-hee, who was having dinner with her mom. Just then, Kai asks her to play badminton, to which she says yes. When Dae-hee's mom comes to know about this, she asks Dae-hee to stay away from boys, saying, "You should stay away from boys as much as possible." But Dae-hee clearly refuses to break the friendship with Kai and says, "He is not like all other boys, he always helps me." And then she leaves from there in anger. Next, we are shown Senior Jin, who was very upset about how Dae-hee's kissing post got deleted when he did not get it deleted. Then, he thinks it must be Kai's work. He must have reported and got the post deleted. Then, Jin sees Dae-hee coming, seeing which he again starts bullying Dae-hee. But this time, Dae-hee is not afraid of him. Rather, she goes ahead and answers him and then leaves from there after insulting Jin. Minnie was also surprised to see all this, that Dae-hee took her side for the first time, while Senior Jin was even more angry after hearing his insult. On the other hand, Kang is asking Jimin about Dae-hee. "Who is that person whom you like? Will you not tell your friend?" Then Jimin says, "No, that's not the case, but I cannot tell anything right now," and then starts feeling shy. Then, Kang gets a call from Bongju, who wanted to make his breakup sad with both his friends, so he asks both of them to come to a burger place, and then happily goes inside to eat burgers. Here he sees Minnie, and he keeps his mobile in front of Minnie and says, "Get my mobile repaired because you were the one who threw it in the office that night." But Minnie does not take Bongju's words seriously, and ignores him and leaves from there, which angers him even more. In the next scene, we see Dae-hee practicing badminton with Kai. Here, Kai was very happy with Dae-hee. Then, in the break, Daehee tells Jimin about her badminton competition and asks him to come and watch the competition. Kai comes and sits next to Daehee and tells her, "If we both win the competition, then promise me that you will go for a walk with me," to which Daehee agrees. Well, after a few days, finally the day of the badminton competition comes. But in the competition, Kai alone hits all the shots. Kai was hitting all the shots, and he does not let Daehee play at all. Rather, he hits all his shots himself and gradually clears the rounds. Here we see Jimin, who is watching the competition. Some boys were talking, why Kai himself hits all the shots and does not let Daehee play. On this, a boy says, because he is protecting his princess. Then hearing this, Jimin feels very jealous. Then, we see a girl whose partner was getting sick, so he leaves the match and runs away. That girl starts getting very upset. Then, seeing Jimin, she comes and sits near him because Jimin is her classmate. And then, seeing Kai playing the game, she starts saying, maybe now our department will not be able to win. Jimin asks, but why? On this, she says, because firstly, my partner has run away, and on top of that, the player of our opposite team is Kai, who is a pro player, who never loses the match. And see how even now he is clearing all the rounds alone, even playing the revenge of his partner himself. Then hearing this, Jimin starts saying, oh, so he is a pro player. Then the girl was about to ask Jimin to become her partner. But before she could say that, Jimin says, yes, to become the girl's partner, so that he can show Daehee that he is no less than anyone. Here, Kai, who was still playing all the matches alone, then after winning the round says to Daehee, you played well, on which Daehee says, no, only you played, and then she leaves from there in anger. After that, when she comes to the washroom, Minnie asks Daehee the same question. What has happened to Kai that he is not letting you play, whereas doing this is wrong? But Daehee does not say anything. And then when she starts leaving from the washroom, she hears two girls talking, who are saying, Daehee is very lucky that she has got a partner like Kai, who doesn't let her do anything. But Daehee doesn't like this at all, because she is also a good player. Well, Daehee comes back, and Kai tells her, this is our final round. Daehee says, okay, and then she sees Jimin standing right in front of her, and she gets shocked. Jimin starts smiling at Daehee, and Kai notices both of them. Well, the match starts, where this time Jimin was trying his best to hit shots to Daehee, but Kai hits all the shots given by Jimin and pushes Daehee back, saying, you just stand back. But Daehee gets angry and throws her racket down and says, we both are partners, so it will be good if you give me a chance too. He remains silent after hearing this, and then when Jimin hits a hard shot to Daehee, Daehee hits it so well and with so much power that the shuttlecock falls very far. And then finally, Daehee wins the match. Seeing this, everyone is very happy and starts making noise. And Jimin sees Daehee smiling once again, and Daehee was also happy to see Jimin. After the match, everyone is very happy for their victory, and also praises Daehee, but Daehee leaves from there and comes to Minnie. Minnie says, you played well, to which Daehee says, yes, just once, whereas I also practiced a lot for this competition, but I was not considered a proper partner. When Kai calls Daehee, Minnie says, is Kai your magnet who is always with you and never leaves you alone? And then, when Kai starts coming to Daehee, Daehee changes her way, and then directly comes to Jimin and asks if he is free tomorrow. Hearing this, Jimin starts smiling. Seeing him smiling, Daehee also smiles. Here we are shown a flashback scene where Jimin is practicing badminton with Bongju, because when Daehee told him that she is participating in a badminton competition, Jimin also started practicing with his friends. This means that Jimin probably made his department player act as if he has stomach pain, and then he himself came to play the match with Daehee, and then made his entire department lose because of the girl. In the next scene, we are shown that Daehee comes home and is very excited to go on a date with Jimin. So, the next day, she comes to college very well prepared, and when she is repeatedly looking at her face in the mirror in the classroom, Minnie understands all her actions after seeing them. She understands that Daehee is going on a date today, so she teases her a little bit. But then, we are shown that Kai has come to the class with an injury on his hand, seeing which Daehee is surprised. Then, when Kai sits next to Daehee, on Daehee's asking, he tells her that he got this injury during the competition. And then, when Kai is not able to do any work due to his injured hand, then Daehee starts doing all his work. Then, when Jimin's message comes on Daehee's laptop, we both will meet in lunch. Then Kai starts feeling jealous after seeing this and says in his mind, I did not even know when there was a gap between us. So, Kai tells Daehee that they have a very special meeting during lunchtime, in which all the team members are compulsory to attend. So, on hearing this, Daehee is surprised because she has to meet Jimin during lunch only, but then on Kai's insistence, she agrees to go to the meeting. Although Kai did this intentionally, so that Daehee does not meet Jimin. On the other hand, Jimin was shopping because he was also very excited to meet Daehee, but when he got Daehee's date cancelled message, Jimin's whole mood got spoiled after seeing this. In the next scene, Kai has lunch with Dae-hee. Dae-hee asks him, "You had said that there is a meeting during lunch?" To which he says, "Yes, I forgot that the meeting is not during lunch but after lunch." Hearing this, Dae-hee starts getting worried. And then, when the meeting starts, then Dae-hee notices that very few people have come to the meeting. It means that today's meeting was not important, so Dae-hee comes out in anger. Kai tries to stop her, but she does not stop and asks, "Why did you lie to me?" Kai says, "I wanted you to focus only on studies." And then, holding Dae-hee's hand, he asks her to go back to the meeting. But Dae-hee shakes off his hand and says, "You go, I don't want to go." And then, angrily leaves from there. Here, Kai was shocked to see such behavior of Dae-hee. The poor guy is heartbroken here. Senior Jin had also heard all this, so he makes fun of Kai and says, "Brother, no matter how much you try, she will not be impressed by you." Hearing this, he angrily starts staring at Jin. Then, Jin asks, "Would you like to smoke?" To which Kai says, "I am not a bad person like you who smokes." In the next scene, Dae-hee was sitting outside and was thinking about Jimin. Then, Jimin also comes there and asks Dae-hee, "How come you are here?" But Dae-hee does not say anything. Then, Jimin brings Dae-hee with him to a musical instrument shop because he had to buy a keyboard, where the shop owner starts calling Dae-hee Jimin's girlfriend. On the other hand, Kai is sitting alone in the class and waiting for Dae-hee because Dae-hee had left her purse in the class. And then, looking at the mobile, he starts thinking, why Dae-hee has not returned yet? And on top of that, she is not even replying to him. After all, who is she with at this time? On the other hand, Dae-hee sees the piano and tries to play it. Then, Jimin also comes to Dae-hee and teaches her to play the piano. Both of them invent a new tune together and are very happy together. And then, at night, Jimin also comes to drop Dae-hee near her house. Dae-hee leaves after saying bye to Jimin, but as soon as she comes a little ahead, she is surprised to see Kai standing there. Kai was waiting for Dae-hee to return so that he can return Dae-hee's purse. And then, on seeing Dae-hee, he starts saying in his mind that, "Today I will definitely end the gap between us." And then, after saying this in his mind, he directly comes to Dae-hee and hugs her, because he wants to make Dae-hee realize how much he likes Dae-hee. But Dae-hee pushes him away and asks, "What are you doing? Are you okay?" To which Kai says, "No, I am not okay because you are changing." And then he gives Dae-hee her bag back and leaves from there. He starts to leave, but then Dae-hee says, "If you have any problem, then please tell me because we both are friends." Hearing this, he does not say anything and leaves from there. Next, we see that when Dae-hee comes to the university, Kai also comes to her. Both were talking together when Kai notices that there is something on Dae-hee's hair, which Kai was about to remove, but then Dae-hee stops Kai's hand and moves it back and sets her hair herself. Kai finds this very strange, as if Dae-hee is pushing Kai away from herself. On the other hand, we see Bongju, who was with Jimin, and insists that he go out of the house, but Jimin clearly refuses by telling, "I have to study." Here, Dae-hee and Kai are attending the class, where after the class gets over, Dae-hee whispers something related to Jimin in Minnie's ear, so that Kai cannot hear. And after Minnie leaves from there, Kai directly asks Dae-hee, "If you feel uncomfortable with me?" Dae-hee is surprised to hear this and hesitatingly says, "No, and sorry if you feel like this." Hearing this, he says, "If you are feeling sorry, then it is okay. Come with me for a drink, as you had promised me last time." Then, Dae-hee also agrees to go with him. After that, both of them come and sit in the bar, where Minnie comes to take their order because she does a part-time job here. After giving the order, when Dae-hee was talking to him, then she starts getting a call from her mom. Seeing this, she gets worried and then, coming out, she starts convincing her mom, "Mom, right now I am in college and doing assignment work with my friends." But Dae-hee's mom does not believe Dae-hee's words, so she tells her not to lie. "If it is so, then make me talk to your friend with whom you are doing assignment work." So, after hearing this, Kai takes Dae-hee's mobile and starts talking to her mom and tells her, "Dae-hee is working with me, so don't worry." Then, Dae-hee's mom believes him. Even after the call got disconnected, Kai was staring at Dae-hee while holding her hand. Then, Bongju also comes there, seeing which both of them are shocked. And now, because Bongju knows Kai very well because of the mobile incident, so he also sits with both of them and then clicks a selfie and uploads it on the social site, which Jimin also sees. And now, because after Minnie's telling, it is set in Jimin's mind that Kai likes Dae-hee, so now he also decides to go out. On the other hand, as soon as Bongju comes out, Minnie also comes there. Both of them talk a little together, and then when Minnie tells him, "There is no need to consider yourself less than others, because you are the best in your place," then Bongju's heartbeat starts getting faster, which means he started liking Minnie now. Then, Kang also comes there, with whom Minnie goes inside, but Bongju was still in a trance. Kang was coming inside the bar with Minnie when he sees Kai and asks Kai in surprise, "Why are you here?" Seeing whom Kai was surprised, but then, as usual, he acts as if he does not recognize Kang and goes away from there. In the next scene, we are shown that now Jimin has also come out and is sitting near Dae-hee. Everyone was looking at each other seriously, but then Bongju asks everyone to introduce themselves to get rid of boredom. And then, when in the conversation, he comes to know that this girl Dae-hee is the topper of their university. Then Bongju is very surprised to know this. After that, the announcement of the beer competition is made, in which Dae-hee, Jimin, and Kai participate. Kang asks, "What is Jimin doing there?" Hearing this, Minnie asks, "What do you mean?" Then Bongju tells, Jimin does not have the habit of drinking too much. Hearing this, Minnie is surprised and says, "Then how will he win this competition?" Well, before the competition, the host asks Kai, "How much will you be able to drink?" On this, Kai, looking at Dae-hee, says, 3 to 4 bottles. Seeing this, the host feels that Dae-hee is Kai's girlfriend. So he says, "Your girlfriend is very cute and a good drinker like you. That's why she participated in the competition with you. That means you both are made for each other." Hearing this, everyone starts calling Kai a congressman. But then, when he is asked, "Jimin, how much will you be able to drink?" he says, "No." The host asks, "What do you mean?" On this, Jimin tells, Dae-hee is not Kai's girlfriend. Hearing this, people start making even more noise and understand that this is a love triangle. Well, the competition starts, in which initially everyone drinks very well, but then slowly they start getting out. Dae-hee also gets out. Then, now only Kai and Jimin were left, who were not ready to lose to each other at all. So both of them have to drink so much, even though they do not want to, that there is a tie between them, which means both of them win this competition. Here, Jimin was in a very bad condition, so he quickly goes to the washroom with Bongju, and Dae-hee was getting late to go home, so she leaves from there. When Kai comes to know that Dae-hee has left, he feels a little sad because he thought that if Dae-hee came with him, then she will also go with him, but she left alone. The next day, Dae-hee is coming to college with Minnie, but when Minnie comes near her, an urgent call came. She came aside and started talking. Then, she saw someone smoking secretly, who was none other than Kai. It means Kai smokes secretly. Minnie was surprised to see him doing this. He gets irritated and asks her, "Why are you so interested in me?" To this, she says, "I don't know, I am just interested in you." He is surprised to hear this. On the other hand, we see Jimin, who was sitting in the restaurant waiting for someone to come. Then, he starts remembering how he got interested in music. Actually, when Jimin was in school, he used to hear his mom and dad fighting every day. Jimin's dad used to tell Jimin's mom to take care of Jimin, but she did not do so, saying, "I have to make my career. I don't have time for all these things. If you are so worried about her, then you should take care of her because you are also her dad." Hearing all these things, Jimin gets so angry and was very broken inside, as if he was a burden on his parents. So, from then on, Jimin started taking interest in music so that he doesn't have to listen to his parents fight. In the present, Jimin was thinking about all this when a very famous music director comes and sits with him, who can make Jimin a star. But when Jimin came to know that his mother has sent him, he immediately leaves from there because he doesn't want to take any favor from his mother. In the next scene, we see Kai, who was happily coming to his basketball team when he gets very shocked to see his old classmate Wang there. Actually, in the past, Wang used to bully Kai very badly, so badly that he even tried to commit suicide. And now in the present, also Kai is meeting the same people from whom he had run away. Well, the match starts, where Wang intentionally makes Kai fall down because he still hasn't changed. He is still troubling Kai and then extends his hand to lift Kai, but Kai doesn't take his help. On the other hand, Jimin and Dae-hee spend a good time together. First, they eat in a restaurant, and then they sit outside and start talking to each other. Here we see Kai, who is going home. On the way, he sees Kang coming from the front. He stops him and says, "I want to talk to you about something." Then he sits alone with Kang and says, "I want you to react in front of everyone as if you don't know me." Here, Kang doesn't say anything on hearing this. On the other hand, Dae-hee's mother is getting very worried for Dae-hee, that why Dae-hee hasn't returned home yet. So she calls Kai and asks, "If Dae-hee is with you, are you both doing assignment work together?" On hearing this, Kai gets confused as to what he should say now because Dae-hee is not with him. But then he says to save Dae-hee, "Yes, Dae-hee is with me." Hearing this, Dae-hee's mother takes a sigh of relief, but then Dae-hee enters the house. Seeing this, she understands that Dae-hee was not doing assignment work, and she even asked her friends to lie. Then, Dae-hee's mom shouts at Dae-hee and asks, "Where were you that your friend Kai had to lie to me?" And then, as she moves forward to hit Dae-hee, she stops there, seeing the flower bouquet in her hand. Actually, Dae-hee was returning home on time, but now, because today was Mother's Day too, she had to stop to get flowers for her mom. So, Dae-hee's mom regrets shouting at Dae-hee. The next day, we see that Kai comes to Dae-hee and says sorry to her for lying to her mom yesterday, to which she says, "It is not your fault, but mine, so don't mind it." Then, he becomes quiet after hearing this. On the other hand, we see Bongju, who is with Jimin. Bongju asks Jimin, "Are Dae-hee and Kai really just friends? Because when I saw them both outside the bar, they both looked very close to each other." Then Jimin says, "They both are just friends. Don't think too much." But now, Jimin's mind also started having doubts about Daehee and Kai. In the next scene, Jimin meets Daehee, where both of them were laughing and joking. Then, Kai's friend starts asking Daehee about Kai. Did you see Kai anywhere? Because today, he did not come to the meeting, and neither is he picking up anyone's call. So please call him because he will 100% pick up your call. Hearing this, Kai feels jealous. Then, when that girl notices Daehee with Jimin, she says, Kai would be very jealous seeing you with someone else. And then, saying this, she goes ahead. Hearing this, both Jimin and Daehee were surprised because that girl went away, saying as if Daehee was cheating on Kai. Here, we see Kai, who was sitting very sad because of so many changes in his life. So, he calls Daehee and asks for her company, saying, Please, Daehee, come to me. I need you very much at this time. But the call was not made by Daehee, but by Jimin, so he hears everything. And then, after Daehee comes out of the washroom, he gives her mobile and says, Maybe your friend needs you, so you should go. Then, hearing this, Daehee does not understand anything. Well, in the next scene, Daehee comes to meet Kai, where Kai was very happy to get Daehee's company. Next day, when Daehee was coming to the university, then Kai stops her and gives her perfume, which is also seen by Jimin from behind. But Daehee refuses to take the perfume, but he forces her to give it to her. So, seeing all this, Jimin gets very jealous and leaves from there. Then, when he meets Daehee in the next scene, he directly asks Daehee, What is the relationship between you and Kai that he never leaves you alone? Whereas friends are not so tight. So, it will be better if you clear everything before leaving. Then, in anger, he gives that perfume to Daehee and leaves, which he had also bought for Daehee. On the other hand, Bonju sees Minnie coming, and he stops her and gives her a gift. Minnie asks him, Why is this for? On this, he says, Today is a gift day. So, hearing this, Minnie accepts the gift and gives him the rose, which was given to her by someone else. She gives it to Bongju and leaves. Seeing this, Bongju is very happy. On the other hand, we see Kai, who had called Daehee to meet in a restaurant, so that today he could confess his feelings to Daehee. But when Daehee comes to the restaurant, she asks directly to Kai, Why did you give me perfume in the morning? Did you consider me as a friend? Then, Kai says, If I did not give it to you considering you as a friend. Then, Daehee immediately returns the perfume and starts leaving from there. Kai stops Daehee and asks her, Why are you doing this to me? Then, Daehee says, Because I like Jimin and do not want you to live in any hope, and then leaves from there. Hearing this, Kai gets a big shock. Well, after that, Daehee directly reaches Jimin's house to convince him and also says sorry to him for this morning. Hearing this, Jimin asks Daehee to come inside. Then, Jimin shows Daehee his studio, seeing which Daehee was very excited, and then both of them start talking. Then, here Jimin confesses his feelings to Daehee. He confesses, I like you a lot. Hearing this, Daehee says, I like you too. After which both of them kiss each other because now both of them are officially in a love relationship. In the next scene, Jimin comes to drop Daehee to her house. Then, Daehee's mother sees both of them together and angrily asks Daehee to come inside the house. Daehee was very scared after seeing her mother, so she quickly says bye to him and goes inside the house. Then, Daehee's mother throws Daehee down very hard, and then after scolding her a lot, she takes her mobile from Daehee and locks it, due to which Daehee was crying very badly. And then, many days pass like this. Daehee has not come to college for many days, so Minnie was very worried about where Daehee is and why she is not answering the calls. So, she asks Kai about this. Do you know where Daehee is? But Kai clearly refuses and leaves from there. But we come to know that he himself was worried about this, and so he had sent a lot of messages to Daehee. On the other hand, we see Jimin, who had locked himself in his room in shock of Daehee, because he was also not able to contact Daehee. Then, his friends advise him that he should not live like this, and should go to college and do his work. Then, Jimin has to go to college, but here also, he was remembering Daehee. Kai then comes to his class to meet him, and then both of them come out and talk. Kai wanted to know if Jimin is talking to Daehee, but when Jimin refuses, then Kai starts blaming Jimin for everything that is happening to Daehee at this time. So, listening to this, Jimin gets angry, and then there is an argument between the two. On the other side, Daehee was lying in her room. When Daehee's mother returns home, she sees that Daehee has not eaten anything even today. So she gives Daehee permission to go to college, saying, Okay, you do whatever you want to do, but there should be no hindrance in your studies. To which Daehee agrees. And then when Daehee was coming to college the next day, Daehee's mother gives her back her mobile, saying, Whenever I call you, you have to pick it up. But after her mother leaves from there, when Daehee looks at her mobile, she again starts remembering the same things. That now again her mother will call her every minute and trouble her. So in anger, she throws her mobile very hard and breaks it, because now she does not want a suffocating life again. In the next scene, she changes her whole getup and comes to college, seeing which Minnie gets very surprised. She was surprised, but then she compliments Daehee's new look and welcomes her, and says, Welcome back. On the other hand, as soon as Kai gets to know that Daehee has returned to college, he runs to meet Daehee. And here, Jimin was still missing Daehee while watching the rain. Just then, Daehee comes covering Jimin with an umbrella. Jimin is shocked because he was surprised to see Daehee in front of him. He also praises Daehee's new look. Hearing this, Daehee becomes very happy. But Kai had also seen them from behind, who had come to meet Daehee, and he becomes very jealous seeing them together, because he had also brought an umbrella for Daehee. In the next scene, Daehee and Jimin are walking on the road, enjoying the rain, and are very happy together. Then, both of them reach a restaurant. They sit and talk a lot, where when Jimin asks her if she is really fine, she says yes. And then, when she comes back home, then Daehee's mom was very surprised to see Daehee in such a look. So Daehee says, "Why are you getting angry? I attended the class on time and did my homework too. So now you should not be angry with me. And anyway, you yourself had said that now I can do whatever I want." And then she directly says all this and goes to her room. But Daehee had said all this to her mom with a lot of courage. The next day, Daehee comes to college to submit her homework, which was left for her last week. But when the teacher tells her, she comes to know that Daehee's homework is already submitted. So on hearing this, Daehee understands that Kai must have done her homework himself and submitted it. So she meets Kai and forbids him from doing this again. So he is surprised to hear this because he thought that Daehee will be happy with him, but she is the opposite. She is getting angry with him. So he asks Daehee, "Why do you want to go away from me?" Then Daehee clearly tells Kai, "I feel uncomfortable with you doing all this. Whatever you do for me, it makes me feel very strange, as if I am cheating you after taking a favor from you. So please stop doing all this with me." And then Daehee was about to leave from there, but Kai stops Daehee by pulling her hand. Daehee also shouts, "What are you doing?" But Kai does not leave her and then says, "I also feel uncomfortable whenever I see you with someone else. Daehee, how can I step back?" Here, she is asking Kai to leave her, but he does not back off at all. And then, finally, confesses his feelings to Daehee. "I like you very much, and you will not be able to live without me." Hearing this, Daehee was shocked and says, "This is not love, it is just your stubbornness." And then she leaves from there, due to which Kai feels very bad. Then, we see that this time also Senior Jin has recorded this scene of both of them from above. Next, when Daehee was in college, then everyone starts staring at her and asks if she is fine. Then, she is not able to understand anything, but as soon as she checks her mobile, she is very shocked to see the video of her and Kai in it. Outside, Kai is asking Senior Jin to delete the video, but when he refuses, then this time Kai punches him very hard in front of everyone, as he did last time. So, seeing that his image gets spoiled in front of everyone, it means now everyone was talking about Kai. Daehee comes near and says that you should tell everyone that the person in the video is not you. But Kai leaves from there without saying anything to Daehee. Here, Jin was now harassing Daehee, but Daehee with full courage confronts Jin and says that if you do not delete this video, then I will report to the police. Hearing this, he gets scared. In the next scene, Daehee comes to the club, hiding from her mother, and starts enjoying with Jimin, because this was the first time when Daehee has seen the club. Here, all of them are very happy with each other. Then, Jimin goes to the washroom. Then, Daehee sits at one place and listens to Bongju and Minnie, because Bongju was trying to convince Minnie that she should please become his girlfriend, because he likes her a lot. But Minnie takes his words as a joke. It means she was not able to believe it. Daehee was laughing, seeing the acting of these two. Even then, Kai also comes there and holds Daehee's hand. He takes her with him, and then forcefully pulls Daehee outside. And then after coming out, he gets very angry with Daehee. "How can you come to such a bad place? You were not like this before." Daehee tells Kai to mind his own business. Then, Kai says, "Now I understand why your mom keeps you in boundaries from the beginning, because you deserve this." Then, Daehee gets shocked to hear this, because she could not believe that Kai is saying such things about her. So she says, "You are also like my mom. There is no difference between you two." Then, he gets shocked to hear this, and now before Daehee could say anything more to Kai, then she sees that her mom has also come there, who was very shocked to see Daehee at such a place. So then she catches Daehee and takes her from there with her. After that, Jimin and the rest also come outside, when Jimin angrily asks Kai, "Where is Daehee?" But Kai said nothing. Rather, he laughs. Seeing this, Jimin gets even more angry. So he leaves from there saying, "No matter how much you try, you will not be able to make Daehee yours. Even if you want her, she is only mine." Hearing this, he gets sad. In the next scene, Daehee's mother brings Daehee back home and gets very angry and says, "You are also making the same mistake which I made years ago," and shows Daehee the form of a broad university and tells her to sign it. "It is not too late yet. You can improve your future now." Actually, Daehee's mother is a single mother, due to which the society neither accepts Daehee nor Daehee's mother. So, Daehee's mother gave respect to Daehee by educating her a lot. Daehee says, while crying, "Till today I studied day and night so that no one can point a finger at you. But mom, you have forgotten the happiness of your daughter because of the society. Why do you think what this person will say or that person? Am I not enough for you? That means only we two can be happy together. Why do you think about others? And as far as studies are concerned, I am good in that, but I have always topped under pressure. But now it is enough. I want to live my life like normal people. And then she starts crying, very badly. Seeing her crying so badly, Daehee's mom becomes quiet. Daehee cries a lot even after coming to her room. And outside, Daehee's mom also remembers the day, while crying, when she was going to drop Daehee to school for the first time. Daehee was also very excited to go, but from outside the office, Daehee's madam hears the principal's words, where the principal was not ready to take Daehee in their school because of Daehee's family background. Hearing this, Daehee's mother made up her mind that if she wants to create an image of her daughter in front of the public, she will have to make Daehee at the top. That is, she makes her unique from all other students. Only then will everyone understand the value of her daughter. It means, in a way, Daehee's mother only wants the well-being of Daehee. On the other hand, we see Jimin, who was worried about Daehee when he sees his mother's call. He tells his mother, "What is this closeness you are showing? Where was all this caring behavior of yours before? When you left me, didn't you worry about me then?" Then he cuts the call. Hearing all this, Jimin's mother was very shocked. In the next scene, we see Kai, who was having nightmares about how he, along with Wang, used to bully a boy named Chan unwillingly, so that he could remain cool in school. But he was bullied like this. Because of this, Chan tries to commit suicide and was about to jump from the roof, but Kai saves him, because Kai considered Chan as his friend. But he had to bully students on Wang's orders. Chan gets angry at Kai and says, "You are also like them," meaning you are no less than a killer. Hearing all this, he had a great impact on Kai's mind at that time, and that is why Kai still has nightmares of this scene. The next day, when Kai goes to college, he stops after seeing Daehee, and then changes his way, because now he wants to give up on Daehee. Here we see Jimin, who was somewhere. Just then his mother stops him from behind and starts apologizing, and promises that she will never do this to Jimin again, so he please forgives her. Hearing this, Jimin starts crying and finally forgives his mother. On the other side, Daehee comes back home and goes to her mother's room. Sitting outside, she starts saying sorry to her because yesterday she had said a lot of things to her mom without even wanting to, whereas she has always lived happily with her mom. That means she loves her a lot and feels proud that she is her daughter. So, hearing this, Daehee's mom also comes out of her room crying and starts saying sorry to Daehee because she kept Daehee in boundaries from the beginning, whereas she also has the right to live her life. So, she will never force Daehee for anything, nor stop her, nor think about the society. So hearing this, Daehee cries and apologizes to her mom, and then both of them start crying badly. Now everything is fine between them. The next morning, when both of them were having breakfast, then for the first time, Daehee's mom praises Daehee's look and says, "You are really looking very pretty. Today you have class. Enjoy it well." Daehee gets very happy on hearing this. But if we talk about Kai, then he was still very sad about the incident with Chan. Then, Kang comes there and stops Kai and tells, "I met Chan a few days ago. That is the same bully student. He was thanking you because you saved his life that day. But he said a lot of things to you and did not just say thanks." Kai is surprised to hear this. That is, now the burden from his heart that he was a bad person in the past has been lifted. And then, coming back home, he decides that now he will start his life afresh, because now his past related to Chan has been cleared, and the present related to Daehee is also cleared. So, now he has to focus only on his future, which means that now Kai is ready to forget Daehee for her happiness. In the next scene, we are shown all of them in a concert, which was of Jimin's seniors, where Daehee comes and she directly holds Jimin's hand. Bongju gets jealous and starts shouting loudly while showing his hand to Minnie, because Minnie never holds his hand like this. After that, everyone was ready to watch the concert, but then it was announced that due to bad weather, the seniors band will be late in coming. So, you watch the performance of the juniors. Then, Kang, Jimin, and Bongju come on the stage, where initially all three were very nervous in front of the public. But as soon as these three start their performance, the public starts getting very impressed with them. Here, Jimin sings, Kang plays the guitar, and Bongju does rapping. The audience was enjoying this performance a lot, and Minnie and Daehee also feel proud to see these three performing, especially Minnie, because now she too has started liking them. At last, Daehee says, "Even though the beginning was hard, but now gradually everything became fine." And with this, the drama ends here. By the way, I feel bad for Kai because he likes Daehee from high school time, but in the end he has to give up on her. What did you think about this? Tell us in the comment.